I'm Kathryn van Beek. I'm from New Zealand, the very bottom part of New Zealand, Dunedin. And I'm here in Hungary because I'm doing the Hungarian Writers' Residency. This is the apartment that I'm staying in. It's a lovely place in the Zsolnay Cultural Quarter, which is filled with museums and even a chocolate shop. And this is where I've been doing my work. I write a lot of short stories and also essays. And before I came here, I thought I would write some short stories about animals. But before I came, I met a Hungarian man who works at my university, and he told me about a wolf. So I've been researching this wolf. I went all the way up to Lilleford and learnt about the wolf and talked to a man from WWF Hungary. So I've learnt a lot because there are no wolves in New Zealand. I looked around at the different residencies offered in different countries, and I was so excited when I saw there was a residency in Hungary because I never in my wildest dreams thought I would ever come to Hungary. And so it was just such an exciting opportunity to do something completely different. I've been to a couple of writing residencies in New Zealand, and I went to one in Australia, but I've never been on a residency like this. It's part being in Pécsi and part of the Zsolnay Quarter, surrounded by art, surrounded by people, having helpful people who can connect us up with interesting things that are happening. It's felt really supportive and it's been a wonderful experience. Overall, I've been here for about a month with some travel time getting to and from New Zealand. Most of that time has been in Pécsi, although I also went up north as well. And my daily routine has been different every day because I've been trying to balance doing my work with seeing all the amazing things to see in Hungary and Pécsi. So every day I've tried to do some work and see something interesting that I can take home and will inspire me in the future. It's amazing to be somewhere where arts are so important and culture and history. New Zealand is a really young country, so it's amazing to be somewhere with really old buildings and old streets, and even walking through the forest and the hills in Pécsi, I thought, how many hundreds of years have people maybe walked on these same tracks, or even thousands of years? So it just gives you a different feeling. I think writing and advocacy are really closely connected because a lot of time change does come from writing, and sometimes it comes from creative writing, so I try to do that for animals in my own way with my stories. But I've also done some more political activism, which was that I helped change the law in New Zealand so that people who'd had miscarriage could take bereavement leave. Because before the law was very unclear, and so if you'd had a miscarriage you would have to go and talk to your employer and say, oh, I feel sad, and then it was up to them whether or not to let you have a couple of days off work. But now if you go through that process and you are feeling too bad to be at work, you can just take the leave. And that came from writing as well, because I wrote a letter to my local Member of Parliament. So I think writing can be really powerful. It was very hard to talk about miscarriage at first, and I actually used a different name. And I was interviewed for the television once, but I said I would only do it if they changed my face and changed my voice. So it took a long time before I had the courage to use my real face and my real name on that topic. But it's just part of life, it's part of me, it's part of my story, it's something that happens to a lot of people. So I think it's really good to destigmatise these topics, because everyone has hard things in their lives, but so often we try to pretend it's not happening, and then that can kind of lead to feelings of secrecy and shame, and it's probably better to get it out in the open, and then we can all understand each other a little bit more. I think writing's a really powerful thing to do, even if you don't think you're a writer. Writing can really help you work out your own feelings. So for me, I try to make some writing that's beautiful and polished, that gets published somewhere, that other people can read. But even if you're just writing for yourself, that can be a really powerful thing to do.